Hi, I'm going to read the Gettysburg Address.
And I am going to translate it.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget that they did here. It is for us the living rather to be dedicated to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people by the people for the people shall not perish from the earth. Abraham Lincoln, November 19th, 1863.
87 years ago, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and other men formed a new country, the United States of America. They believed that all people were free, and Americans should be free from foreign control. They based their new government on the idea that all men are created equal. Today the states are at war against each other. This war tests whether or not the United States of America can continue. We stand where a large Civil War battle was fought. We've come here to create a cemetery for the men who fought and died, to keep our country united. It's only right that we honor the men who died here. After all they gave their lives for our country, the soldiers have made this a holy ground. No matter what we do, we can never add to or take from their bravery. People will soon forget about my speech, but they will always remember the battle that was fought here. Those of us who are alive today have an important job to do. We must finish the work of the soldiers who died. They died to keep this country together. We must continue that fight. We must keep this country together. We obey the debt to the men who died here protecting this nation. It is up to us to make sure these men did not die for nothing. Our country is a united nation. Here on earth we have fought for freedom before and won. We formed our own government. We made our own laws for our own people. Now we need a new kind of freedom. All citizens, black and white, must be free. That's the only way our country will survive.
Show the book. There you go. Good job.